Dunbar Community Radio, Counter-Strike, RJ Ann.
Fabulous Diva.
And if you want to get in, still got time, give us a call.
321-2241. Again, that number is 321-2241.
And we'll make sure we get you in on the conversation. And again, if you have a counter belief other than, hey, call up, please. We love to debate. And we feel like it makes a better show. So if you disagree with anything that has been said, please. And historically, I'm not a historian. I was taught by a historian, or told by a historian, that historians hate it when people call themselves historians who aren't historians. I'm not a historian. I'm just a fan of history.
That's right.
And so I enjoy reading about history. My TV will, between the news and a couple of other shows and the History Channel, that's like what I love. So that's where all this stuff comes from, because for some reason I can remember this stuff. I don't know why. But to me it's interesting, and when something interests you, of course you're going to retain it better than stuff that doesn't interest you. And this stuff does. So if you want to talk about politics, you disagree with anything that we said, you don't like the fact that we talk about Rush Limbaugh, call us up and tell us why you like Rush. Again, I don't think he's a racist, but I think he plays one on the radio. I think that he says things, and a lot of things that he and Glenn Beck both say are designed to appeal to their base. And their base, the people that listen mostly to right-wing talk radio, are people who are not going to find out information for themselves. They get what they consider to be news from Glenn Beck. And if you think these are just dumb people, you're absolutely wrong. I worked with a guy who was a major in the Marines. He was a retired major, very intelligent guy, science teacher at one of the local high schools, very intelligent. And he and I were having a discussion one day, and he brought up something that Rush Limbaugh had that he heard on the Rush Limbaugh show, and I explained to him that Rush Limbaugh he's not a journalist, he's an entertainer. That's basically all he is. That's all Glenn Beck is. Glenn Beck is a washed up comedian, former morning zoo host, and if you ever heard a morning zoo show, you know what that's like. That's all he is. But now he gets to portray to his base as if he's this God-fearing, I love my country, fake crying guy, and they actually believe that this stuff is real, and it's not. So you may disagree with some of the stuff that we say, but yeah, I'm not calling them bigots. Like I said, they're not bigots. They play one on radio though, because that appeals to the basic people that listen to them, who have a certain feeling about this government. And of course, their ratings are so high. The average person that watches Fox News, 67-year-old white male. That's their demographics. So these are the people who have found the last bastion of white supremacy. And that's the reason that they tune into Fox News so fervently, because they want to hear some people who will make them feel like it's the good old days. But fortunately for us, and unfortunately for some, and I'll say that, my condolences to those of you who have these type of people in your family that are dying off. I won't tell you that I'm happy they're dying off. You make the decision. I won't say I'm happy that these guys are dying and that there are less and less of them in the world. I'm not going to say I'm happy about that. Hey, I'm not going to say it. But I'm sure you're sad about it.
You thought it.
Yeah, hey, so
he may not have said it, but you're definitely thinking it.
Yeah, so and it's the thought that counts. And so when they kick the bucket, the rabbit kicked the bucket, the bigot kicked the bucket, the bigot kicked the bucket. Remember Bugs Bunny?
Have you been watching your daughter's?
Yes. Oh no, that's mine. I have that on DVD. The Bugs Bunny is the man.
And it's not the rabbit, it's the wabbit.
The wabbit.
The wabbit.
But the bigot kicked the bucket, the bigot kicked the bucket kicked the bigot kicked, y'all know what I mean. So, yeah, I love that. And, yeah, if you're sad about it, I'm sad that you're sad. Yeah, that's all I can say. But there are less and less of them appearing in the world. But anyway, we have some local announcements that we want to talk about. And again, we do invite your opinions, your counter arguments. We want to inform each other, and hopefully we'll learn from you just as hopefully you learn something from us. The number is 321-2241, 321-2241. This is Dunbar Community Radio Counter-Strike. And here's the diva with this week's announcement.
Okay, just to remind our listeners that today Big Al will be in front of the Family Dollar located on MLK Boulevard from 12 to 3 today. He'll be raising money to help pay the rent and the cost of any bills that we've accumulated here at the station. As we mentioned so many times before, we are not getting paid to entertain, educate, and inform you.
Absolutely
We're
free.
doing this totally free because, I mean, let's face it, what other media circuit is doing what we are doing for the people of Dunbar. So again, if you want to make a contribution, stop by the Family Dollar today from 12 to 3 and just give whatever you can.
That's right.
Definitely appreciate it.
And you know, if you want to give a special donation to Al, tell him that this is specifically for RJ's monster. Okay? He'll know what you mean, because I have to have my monster while I'm doing the show, and I ran out of monster early today. It's because I had drunk a lot of this, and this was like a leftover can. So tell him that this is for the monster budget, so that RJ will have a monster when he's on air. Okay? So tell him that that's specifically for RJ's monster. Okay.
Now, with every donation, he'll be giving out a gospel CD that's been created by our man Fred G.
Fred G.
Yeah, so
Right.
that's not him on the Ride Out show.
It's not Fred G.
Fred G, no.
Oh, he's the gospel guy. Skinny
Yeah, Skinny Sean and
Fred G.
no, not Fred G.
You know what? This is embarrassing. Just read.
Right.
G-Man. G-Man.
Something G.
Yeah.
That is really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on the Right Out show, but Fred G is our gospel guy.
Okay.
So yeah, Big Al will be giving out the gospel CD that's been created by Fred G to those of you who donate.
Okay.
Also, we want to remind everyone about the Dunbar Festival Committee. It's a 2010 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It's a commemorative celebration starting today, and it goes until Monday. The theme, Continuing Dr. King's Dream, Moving Communities Forward. Today, they're having an educational summit. They're doing college admissions, financial aid, and scholarship information at the AFCAM located at 3681 Michigan Avenue. That kicked off today at 10 o'clock. It's being sponsored by Edison State College, Florida Gulf Coast University, and AFCAM. Also, the Tommy Battle Bowl semi-pro football game. It's the Southwest Florida Bobcats versus Palm Beach Venom. The ticket price is $5 for adults and $3 for children 6 to 10, and children 5 and under are free.
Now, where's this?
That's located at Buckingham Park today at 1 o'clock. It's being sponsored by the Southwest Florida Bobcats.
Wow.
Then we have the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship Reception Program Dinner and Dance. The reception is at 6 o'clock tonight. The program starts at 6:30. The dance is at 8 o'clock tonight, being hosted by the G-Force Funk Band.
Wow.
Located at the Riverside Community Center.
Funk band. Yeah.
It's a $25 donation per person.
You got funk in your name, you know they're going to get that.
Right.
A funk
I can smell it, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's being sponsored by the Dunbar Festival Committee.
Funk band.
Then on Sunday, January 17th at 4 o'clock, they're having a Dr. Martin Luther King service at the St. Mary Missionary Baptist Church, which is located at 2182 Mitchell Court.